got Deron Winn out here at the Olympic Training Center. You've been up to some MMA recently. Talk about kind of how you got into that and what you've been up to.
A couple years ago, I went and helped DC with his wrestling before fight camp, and I had no, ambitions to fight or anything like that. And while I was out there, they put like gloves and everything on me, and I sparred. And they're like, "Dude, you need to fight. You're gonna be really successful. You're gonna make a bunch of money." So then they convinced me. And then so I moved out to California about a month after Olympic trials, and I've been fighting ever since. I'm 3-0 right now, pro, 3 first-round knockouts, and it's a sticky situation right now because I'm still like fighting in the regional promotions, and it's hard to find a fight because a lot of guys don't want to fight a high-level wrestler, or just a wrestler at all. And but we have to get a couple more fights before we get to the UFC. And so I've had so much downtime that I've had time to like process what I wanted to do next. And with the new weight classes and stuff, I think 92 will be a really good fit for me. So I think at least this first year, I'm gonna juggle both. And I know it's gonna be hard, but I thought about it, and I talked to a lot of people that I trust their integrity about. And what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna have to dedicate myself and commit myself even more to both training schedules, and that's why I'm out here, so I can start getting my wrestling training back, because we still wrestle a lot. I still have like Ed Ruth and DC that I wrestle with, so I still have some high level guys, but there's nothing like coming out here and getting to camp with all the best guys and kind of getting my timing and everything better, So yeah, right now I plan on doing both this year, and I think I might go overseas somewhere, just how depending on how my fight schedule pans out, but for sure I'll be at the Open. Maybe NYC or Bill Farrell. So yeah, I'm gonna try to be the guy that can do both.
How was the transition for you? Not only moving to California, but also transitioning into fighting.
I like the move. I travel a lot, and California kind of fits my culture. I was in Iowa for a while, which I loved it, but California fits me a little better. So that was cool. But the thing is, with my agent, Dwayne Zinkin, his family is a big part of Fresno. They own a lot of the town. So when I got there, I had a great foundation, and they introduced me to a lot of connection people within the wrestling world, and people I could do like private lessons with, so I could survive, make a little money. And but then transition to fighting, it was fun, because when you get to the highest level of wrestling, you feel like you plateau sometimes, and it's hard to learn new stuff. But in MMA, I have so many more things to learn. You know what I mean? And so it's been fun, man. And I was a natural. I've always been kind of feisty. I've always been a fighter. So I was a natural with my hands. So I just had to clean up my technique and stuff. I can still always get better. But it's fun. It's been fun. I don't regret it at all. But I'm really going to make this push to do both this year.
How has wrestling benefited you in your transition to MMA?
Well, hands down, no matter what anybody says, if nobody's cheating on steroids, the best fighters in the world are wrestlers. It shows through and through every year. Almost, I was actually just counting. I don't know how many weight classes there is, but I swear there's at least 5 or 6 world champions right now in the UFC, and that are wrestlers or past wrestlers. So when it really gets down to it, I've been wrestling the best wrestlers in the world the last 5 or 6 years. So when I wrestle a guy who's never wrestled before, it's almost unfair,
So now that you're out here at the OTC, what is something that you're focusing on as far as getting better in both wrestling and fighting?
I'm really, right now, I'm just trying to get my timing back, my wrestling shape back. I feel like my explosion's a little gone because I don't do as much of that in fighting. I work more cardio. So yeah, now that I'm wrestling live out here, I felt a couple things that I need to work on. Kind of my explosion, my timing, my setups, committing to my shots, running through my shots. But it's just small things, It's like riding a bike. I still remember how to do it. I'm still wrestling tough. Just small things I got to clean up,
You kind of touched on it a little bit. What's it like being back in an all-wrestling atmosphere?
It's awesome, because in reality, I miss these guys, man. I miss the coach, I miss Bill, I miss KJ. I was with KJ for 5 years in Ames. I miss all these guys. They're such great guys, and I was actually talking to Steiner about it earlier. It's like wrestling has the most genuine people in the world, and it's hard. And I'm not saying MMA people are bad, but it's like you don't get that fulfillment out of those people. And I've known these guys for years, you know? So I miss coming to camp. Even though camp is rough sometimes, I miss going overseas. I miss going on terms of travel with these guys, you know? Because we're so relatable. We relate to each other so well. I don't relate to many people like that in MMA. So it's nice to be around the camaraderie, you know? It's been a nice change of scenery for me.
You told me earlier when we were talking, you don't have any fights set up quite yet, but you're working on it. Where can people follow you to kind of stay updated with you?
I'm really active on my social media. So my social media, my Instagram is just my name, Deron_Winn, and my Twitter is, you can find me under Deron Winn, but it's Don't Blink MMA. And I have a Facebook under my name. I'm really active on that because right now I need to be so I can. My most frequent question I get: when's your next fight? When are you fighting? When are you fighting? So I try to post something to broad to let everyone know what I'm doing next.
Cool. Thanks for your time.
Thanks.